Look who is finally joining the Apex crowd instead of these goofy W whatever winch things.
You know what? I'll tell you something right now. If you know how long you're gonna record. I posted up a picture of this, put it on the front of the truck the other day, and there was some kid that went off about how these winches suck and they break and da 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 da. Dude, like 17 people chimed in and tore him a new one about how good these actually are.
Because they are.
And that actually inspired me to put more of them on. Like, I want to take the W one off my trailer and put one on. I want to put one on the Scout. I mean, like, I'm going to switch a lot of them over. I am.
So, you have been with me on recoveries.
Yep.
You know, like the what you're supposed to do, like winch for 30 seconds, let off for 30 seconds, let it cool and all that stuff?
Yeah, you don't do that.
No. I hit the button when I'm ready to start pulling on the vehicle and I let off when it's unstuck, whether that's 5 seconds or 5 minutes.
I was going to say that could be 5 feet of winching, or that could be 150 feet of winching. Because
actually, on the lawnmower over the cliff video that Jason and I went and did, that was like 130 feet, something like that.
Yep. 3
pulls we made from the bottom of that cliff to the top. Held the button solid the entire time from the bottom of that cliff all the way up without giving it any break. Guess what? Totally fine.
It works. Listen, being around you and using these for a while is the reason that I went and got some. So
you're welcome.
Hey, thank you. I know. There's 2 going on this truck. 2 of these.
Once it runs.
It runs. Just doesn't steer or stop currently. And the coolant line might interfere.
Yeah, I found another issue this morning because in case Ben didn't have enough things to worry about that, I was looking at it, I'm like, hey, this is a problem too. Like, the motor can't be where it is because the coolant line straight out of the motor is sitting hard against the edge of the frame rail. And it's not like these old 12 valve Cummins like vibrate or anything where it might like rub a hole in it. Never.
No, they have no movement at all. They're like Cadillac engines, like little sewing machines.
So I should probably explain what we're doing here. This is a brand new Badlands Apex winch. This is a bunch of Yankum Ropes gear. And we are going to put or splice a new end in this line to get rid of this thimble. So we can use the fancy Yankum fair lead that is on the front of, this. So that we can get rid of all the metal on the end and use this fair lead front and rear on this truck one day when Kevin makes it so we can drive it. So we need a very sharp razor blade and electrical tape. Now, I told Ben I know how to do this, I've done a few before. But what I really meant is I know how to go on YouTube and watch the Yankum Ropes video of how to do it and then do it while I follow along. And it'll make it look like I know what I'm doing.
Brand new.
Perfect.
And not brand new.
You didn't even hear me?
I heard you. I'm not going on YouTube.
I'll put a link to Yankum's video on how to splice these down below. And we're just going to kind of skip through that part right now. Okay, now that everybody there at Yankum Ropes is screaming at their screen, we have a loop on the end of the rope here. I'm not the best at it, but I got it done, and this loop will hold everything this winch line will. So that one's done. Now we got to do the one on the front of the truck still, and that's one thing off the list.
1 out of 37.
Yeah, progress. I got the second one done. It goes on the truck. I didn't film that one because I already filmed one. This one went like twice as fast, but I'm also bleeding now. So I don't know if that's a win or a loss, but either way, both of them are done.
We don't have insurance for that. Don't mention that on camera. We don't have insurance for that. You can't tell the people you're bleeding.
I actually do have workman's comp on me, but because I know how dangerous I am.
You're very dangerous to yourself.
Give me a 406 garage hat instead of a Cascade Heavy Rescue one. We'll see how it goes.
So if I pull a 12,000 pound truck on that little knot thing you made with a piece of plastic weaving tool, that's no problem.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually really excited to try this because I've never seen this done in person and actually used it afterwards. So, yeah.
Okay, so the winch thing is done. Next up, and probably more importantly on the list, this whole dual transfer case setup. Dude, this one's just like dumping fluid right now. All this has to go. Got to get rid of the dual case thing, and it's got to go to a single case. Problem is we don't have the one we need. We need like a first gen Dodge NP205 because that's what bolts to the back of that transmission, because that's what it is. And get rid of the second one completely. Get rid of this rear drive line that you can see is sitting on the cross member when the suspension droops. And it'll go to a single rear drive line down here. This will probably have to get changed. It's gonna need a whole new drive line for the front because it doesn't even have one. Yeah, it's an issue. Are we swapping tie rods now too?
Well, yeah, this one's bent and cracked, and this one is cracked.
Oh yeah,
So
that's fun.
just add that file.
So where that coolant line is rubbing the frame, the clamp's not even like remotely close to holding it on anyway. So maybe instead of rubbing through it, it'll just pop off. And it's leaking. So just to clarify, we really want to take this, but at this point, there's no guarantees. We'll probably scramble on this thing like crazy, and then the day before we have to leave, we'll still not have made it and just have to like drive my pickup or something, but this is the goal. Okay, change of plans. It is super windy, but we're loading Ben's Scout on my truck, and this is gonna be our backup plan. It's having an idle issue that we're not smart enough to figure out, so I'm gonna get out of the wind and we're gonna take it to Nate's shop. He can fix it. Let's go. Now Nate's gonna do that thing where he just fixes it in the parking lot. We didn't even have to like do anything.
What do you mean new one?
So the old 4 liters don't have a coolant temp sensor on.
So that's
thermostat housing.
what year?
92. This is so this one still has a coolant temp sensor back here at the back of the head. I stopped doing that in 96, I think.
Okay.
97.
So it's somewhere between 91 and 95.
The newer ones don't have that for the gauge. This is Tater. Tater's sad.
Tater looks really sad right now. But Tater has the what the hell? The IAC for the for Ben's Scout that we need to make that run at least, since we can't find the parts we need for the other truck. We're not giving up on it. We're just creating a backup plan.
Sup? Casey.
Believe it or not, this is a Jeep Cherokee.
Everybody says like, it's a buggy. Like, no, it's not. Ah. This thing still has like 90% of the unibody.
Not in its original form.
Sure. Apparently, I broke my throttle cable, which doesn't surprise me. Like, this thing has done a lot of full throttle assaults. Hey, girl, want to live some more life? All right. See you again in another 6 months. I cleaned it. Huh. Same. Did you get this? The analog intake air temp sensor?
Yeah.
It doesn't even go low enough. Like, look at it.
What's it go to?
It goes, is it 45 Fahrenheit?
50 is the bottom Fahrenheit.
I wonder if the...
And it's like 20 out here today.
Yeah. Does this come out?
If you pull hard enough. Oh God.
You know, that shop's heated and insulated and everything in there. It's not snowing in there.
Yeah, but this thing is older than 96.
Uh-huh.
So there's this rule at my shop that we don't work on anything that's 96 or older.
Oh, so we have to abide by the rules that were set by the owner guy.
Yeah, and
which is the boss lady.
It's a what's the word? These things multiply. You know, you bring one in.
They breed.
You bring one in, and then you got a shop full of old pieces of shit that you can't find parts for.
Yep.
How's that go, Ben?
Yeah, thanks. I got a whole shop full
He says you're not wrong.
You're so right.
I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm
just fake it for TV.
Yeah. I could have just taken the IAC out, but
you figured I got the throttle body.
I was like,
there. It's perfectly good.
I think those are like some itty bitty Torx screws, and they're kind of hard to get to. This bottom one here.
Yeah, nobody wants to mess with it.
Like, yeah, 10 mil. I got all kinds of flavors of 10 mil.
Can't figure out how to open the hood you built.
Look, there's Star Wars in that little, what is that thing?
The
windshield.
little Mitsubishi van.
Yeah, zoom in on that. Hey there. Ah, your iPhone sucks.
Well, now I'm holding this in one hand and you just zoom my phone in.
Oh, I got it.
I can't zoom back out.
Oh. I'll fix it for you.
Thank you. Here you go.
Thank you.
Teamwork.
Gosh. Look at that.
That's a brand new gasket.
I know. All right. So this Jeep, I built this Jeep almost 15 years ago. And it is clapped.
I think it could be resurrected.
These tires just need air.
Yeah.
But no, like the unibody is coming apart.
No, it's like a little bit of welding. Just a couple of plates in there, strengthen it up.
So I lived in Colorado for 6 years, and this thing did like a lot of the awesome trails out there. Then I moved here, and it's like, cool, there's no rock crawling here. So then I took my Jeep skills and built the Jurassic Jeep.
It can be resurrected still.
Totally.
It's got good bones. Like a little Bondo. Oh, that's up there too. Okay. Yeah. See, if you ran a self tapper right there into the roll cage.
This is the coolest part about this Jeep. When you're going down the highway, it's like na Batman.
You take this down the highway?
Well, on the trailer.
Oh, it's like.
Yeah. This poor Jeep. Asked my wife to marry me in this Jeep.
See, you have to resurrect it now.
Tater never dies. Yeah, that chassis that's in my shop, I'm gonna put all the parts out of this thing. This thing is pretty cool, but like there's nowhere to drive it here.
Another 6 months?
I don't know, we'll see. He's out there revving it, waiting for it to die.
He's out there, isn't he?
He is.
I got another ECM here if he wants to keep screwing with me.
Nah, it's cool. I just had to get plugged back in.
Which means it needs a carrier bearing and a CV, and there's no way that's ever going to work right on 37-inch tires with locker.
12 valve, NV4100, 241.
He went to the wrecking yard.
And it was like,
he's like, oh shit, we'll make this work.
It's not using the 241 except for
it's a pass through. It's a pass through.
U-joint basically.
He has it locked in high gear, and he took the chain off so the front output doesn't spin.
What if we just took all that
It's
out
just
and
an
like a
adapter.
22R in?
It's a sweet adapter.
Hey,
what's
what's
up,
dude?
dude?
22R,
No,
propane,
no.
W56.
Let's do what the
Not
cool
too
kids
bad.
do. One
You
JZ.
busy?
One JZ.
One JZ with a turbo.
Oh.
We're trying to find parts.
Is your dad selling a first gen Dodge, parting it out? Does he still have the tranny and transfer case and all that? It's yours now? Do you want to sell it?
Okay, so Ben is going home. No, Ben is going to get parts. Now that this runs, I don't have to tow him back home. We might have found enough parts to scrounge a transmission or transfer case. What are we doing? Transmission together to make that other truck run now that we got this one running. So he's gonna go on a parts run. You dropped your glove. Your 10-year-old glove is still brand new because that's how hard you work.
Shut up.
So he's gonna go scrounge up parts. We'll see if it runs. Does it work? So he's off on a mad dash to get parts. That's Moose. I then am gonna hop back in that truck and go pick up Riley and go from there. Maybe I'll get out of Ryan's way so that he can actually leave. Doesn't seem to be in a hurry though. So we left Nate's shop, we got Riley picked up from preschool, so we are gonna head home a little bit early today and go hang out and have some fun. And Ben scrambled to get some parts. We're gonna keep working on this tomorrow. We're not giving up on this truck just yet, even though we should. So we'll see you then. Say bye.
Bye-bye.